What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Urban Platform Speaks. Got another good show lined up for y'all today. I got my man Jim in here. Now I got Clayton. Um, Maybe some more to come, but if they come, we just let them in. But if not, it's all good. We got some interesting stuff happening in basketball, man. The good, the bad, and the ugly, man. I don't know. Let's start with the that trade. Clayton, did you hear about that trade rescinding? Getting
Yeah, the
rescinded?
Lakers. Yeah, the Lakers trade
What,
rescinded.
what's
Yeah,
what's the thoughts on that?
I just is it, I'm curious. I'm curious the condition. They said it failed to meet a condition of the trade. I'm curious about what the condition was it failed to meet. But
Mhm.
also, I'm interested in this because it leaves the Lakers without a center because they traded for him to have a center. Now they
Right.
don't have a center. They got Connect back, which
Yeah.
I was surprised they let him go in the first place, but. You don't have a
Yeah.
center, so that's going to be interesting to see what happens,
Yeah.
what they do. Mhm.
What you think, Jim, about the situation?
Yeah, no, I didn't know about that until you told me this morning, and that definitely puts a halt on LA's chances of actually making a run this year. I mean,
Yeah.
with
Yeah. I think.
no big in the playoffs, you're a sitting duck.
Yeah. That's not a good look with no big in the playoffs. Um.
Mhm.
But then, what do you think about like? Okay, so now they have to. Dalton Knecht is coming back, so that's going to kind of be awkward. I've never seen a
Very
situation like this when you got to come back to the team that traded you.
That's another thing. Mhm.
That's awkward. And what the good thing about this, from my point of view, is that he's a rookie, so I don't think he's gonna come
Yeah.
in making no waves. You know what I
No.
mean? But if you trade a veteran and a veteran got to come back,
Mhm.
you know, man, that's
Maybe it works to their benefit. Maybe Dalton Connect comes back with a fire under him. Like I'm gonna show these guys they shouldn't trade me.
yeah,
Or he could come back with an attitude like I'm not giving it my all. Y'all don't value me, so it's gonna be interesting.
I think because he's young, I think he'll be more so likely to like you said ignite that fire because of that,
Ignited.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But and the thing about it though is it's good for Dalton Connect too because the team I forgot who we spoke about yesterday who they sent them to.
The Hornets.
Hornets.
Yeah, the Hornets. Like all right, if I'm gonna leave, I don't want to go to the Hornets.
I
So
don't know. I like LaMelo down there. I don't
I do
know,
too.
bro.
I
yeah,
do
They got to
too.
put some pieces around Melo. He nice.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm not big on all that showboating and all that
I
wasted
love it.
energy.
I
You
love it.
know,
I love
man.
it.
I like he's style, but I want to see more substance. I want to see more substance from LaMelo. I want to see, like when the clock winding down, I want to see him putting some fear in people's heart. Like all that dribbling and then shooting a step back 3-pointer. That's to me. That's part of what the problem is with the NBA. So
Well,
he a lot of
Here's
style.
here's my thoughts on that. I kind of like the show the being very demonstrative and
Hmm.
and having having a little flair. And here's why. One of the things that the NBA misses right now is real rivalries.
Hmm.
Back in the day, you had teams that just didn't like each other and got after it.
Yeah.
You don't see that anymore. I think that's part of the problem too. You
mhm.
don't have teams that when Detroit goes into Chicago, that was
Oh yeah.
like, man, we're watching that game
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
because there's going to be bodies on the floor,
Mhm.
Right.
and you don't have that as much anymore, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I don't think with the lack of the rivalries and the animosity, that's part of the problem with the viewership going down.
That
Mhm.
In
you're
my
right.
opinion. And
I agree.
if we can get some cats that are out there that are pissing people off
Hmm.
Yeah,
and getting mad because they're losing,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I want the drama. Give me the
And
drama.
the showboating, to
Yes.
agitate, to poke the
Yes.
bear and all that. I got you on that.
Larry Bird hated Showtime.
He did hate the
Showtime was
Showtime. He
high
did.
flying. I loved that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
he
see, the
did.
thing is though, when people not I think they challenging you when they go to the rim. Like you letting people off the hook. I understand that, like you said, like you can create if you showing people up with the dribble and the long threes, that can create some like some animosity and and some bad feelings. But if you going to the rim, that to me, people like you're gonna get hard fouls, and then people that's gonna be more of a challenge because people be like, you're not intimidating me. I'm still coming. I'm still coming, So
See, I think LaMelo got all that in this game. He scores at every level. To me,
mhm,
I mean, the kid averaging 28 a game, man, 7 assists.
yeah,
He does it all, man. He
With
does it all. I see him going through the lane, doing all kinds of. Oh my God! And then he'll pop back for the three, the passes. Yeah, I just think it's great for television. I really do. I think he's great for the league,
yeah.
man. I would
I,
love to see them put a good team around that kid.
yes.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, but
And that's why I thought if they could ever work it out to get Zion over
mhm.
there, that'd be a great fit.
yeah.
Now I like Zion. I think if Zion learn how to play the game, because Zion don't shoot a lot of jumpers, and that's what I like about Zion. He
Mm-hmm.
goes to the rim,
Mm-hmm.
and he challenged people, and you don't have no choice but to challenge him back because it's either a mid range for him or he going to the rim. So I like that about Zion. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but did y'all know any like this guy that was at the Lakers? What's his name? Mark Williams. Did y'all know anything really about him? Was y'all really
He
up on
come
him?
from the Hornets. I just know he was a center,
Yep.
and
Yeah,
I think he averaged single digits a game.
yeah,
I don't think he was. You know what I mean? But they brought him over because they wanted a center. They needed a center. So
yeah.
yeah. But I haven't seen much of the Hornets. I just see highlights of Melo, but I don't see their games. So
Right, yeah. But I'm thinking this move they could have kept Anthony Davis and still got and took a chance and got Mark Williams if they was going to trade Dalton Knecht. Because
no,
those
they
trades
couldn't.
wasn't
But
even huh?
they couldn't because they was going after Luke, because Luca.
Yeah, but I mean those two trades though not even apart. You know what I mean? They made those on separate days. You know, those wasn't the same trade. That was two different trades, wasn't it?
No, Luca and AD was the trade,
Right. Yeah, that was the
and,
trade.
and Max Christie. Yeah,
And then later on, they made a deal for Dalton Knecht and
and
this
this guy
dude
Mark Rams.
Mark
Yeah,
Williams. So
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. If you don't do the Luka trade, you keep Anthony Davis because remember Anthony Davis had already been on record as saying that they need a center. So they could have traded Dalton Knecht without even getting rid of trying to get a center for the team.
See, Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah. I
no,
mean
but see with the Luca trade too, the Lakers are famous for this. They need a superstar in that market. They always trade for or pick up in free agency a marquee name.
mhm.
So Braun on his way out. So Dallas, again, they wanted to get rid of him. So yeah, I think they were going to make the move on Luca regardless,
Yeah,
just to have that marquee name in the market to move the franchise forward to the next decade. You know what I mean?
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
So, but as far as Connect and Mark Williams or whatever, yeah, I don't know if they could have got him without trading Connect. I don't know.
Well,
But either way, this guy, the trade didn't go through with this guy. So
yeah.
what's going on there?
And see that's the thing that I want to know like
Yeah.
because before he even came over they said it was some issues with his back, and then so the report said that, but that wasn't part of the
That
the
wasn't
report.
part of the condition.
Yeah, that wasn't part of this, the reason why they sent him back to Charlotte.
Mm.
But
Mm.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, man.
Interesting. It is
Yeah, that is
interesting. So,
interesting.
Lakers has no center. They got a center, I'm sure, on the roster. Somebody, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But
So now Austin Reeves, though, LeBron didn't play. You know what? And I just said I made a I don't know if I told y'all yesterday, but LeBron looked good for the last probably like about the last 5 games or so. He been looking really good. But then I also made a comment like, would LeBron be able to maintain that? Because he was expending a lot of energy at both ends of the court. And next thing I know, when they against Indy, he didn't play. You know, he was out. And so that's the thing with LeBron. But anyway, Austin Reeves scored 45 points yesterday against Indiana. So he went off. Me and Jim was talking about earlier. Me and Jim was talking before we came on air that how like the team look a little bit different. They move different when LeBron not out there. You know. So what do y'all have to say about like how they look when LeBron not out there?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see the game yesterday, so I can't really comment on Austin Reeves what he did. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so that's my thing. I just think that because you know, LeBron is ball dominant. You know, he's ball dominant, and then when he's out there, it's not as much movement. And now, you know, and I think he kind of hold the team hostage, like you said, Jim. He holds them hostage to a certain extent.
I remember early in the year they went on a nice little run. I mean, they was playing better with him on the bench or something, or game he missed or something. And I thought they played better. It was a better flow to the offense. I do remember that early in the year.
Yeah.
But I think they was going through AD then though, weren't they?
Right. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm looking forward to is figuring out how Luka fits in and what his role's going to be.
I can't wait to see this.
Yeah, because that this definitely changes LeBron's role a little bit. In my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know how it's going to. I don't know, Jim, how it's going to.
Something's got to give, right? Because I mean, like I told you before, Mike, LeBron's got LeBron's got control of this team, right? He's holding that team hostage. But this trade and him not being involved or consulted on this trade, that sends different messages.
Right.
And so now what's JJ gonna do, and who's gonna be listening to JJ, right?
Yeah.
The assumption's always been everyone listens to LeBron and gets their direction from LeBron. That's always kind of been the implied situation. This kind of throws everything up in the air. So and this goes back to our discussion yesterday about chemistry. How's this chemistry going to roll out? And this I'm very curious to see what Luka's role is going to be, and does the offense? I mean, are they going to stick him in as the one? What are they going to do? It just kind of feels like there's
Luka is a guard, right? He's a point guard, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how's the offense going to flow is what I'm trying to get at.
I think those two going to take turns playing iso ball.
Yeah.
To be honest,
we've seen instances like that where people, that's not really team ball though. Like if you have people taking turns shooting, that's not team ball. So you got to get like in a rhythm and a flow and that chemistry. So like you know, like we've been saying, with those two, both of these guys are ball dominant, and then if they on the floor together, they're gonna have to learn how to play, you know, off of each other.
Yes,
that's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
I said earlier too, before Jim came on, I said it's easier for Luka to play with Kyrie and develop a rhythm than it is with him to play with LeBron.
It may
I
be.
think it'll be, I think
It
it'll
may
be
be. Yeah.
yeah.
I just want to see how it works out. I'm just confused as what that offense is going to look like.
Yeah.
So, well, let me ask you this, Jim. So Luka is the future. That he definitely the future. So do you see LeBron like taking a step back to allow Luka to to be like the main focus of that offense or that team?
Yeah, and that's what confuses me because the pieces of the puzzle don't fit.
Right.
Right? Somebody's got to kind of defer, and who's gonna blink first, right?
Yeah.
Who's and who's gonna make the final decisions, right? And you got a first year coach in there with this very complicated situation.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know how it's gonna shake out.
But JJ Redick don't shy away from he doesn't shy away from not necessarily Cowtown to LeBron.
Mm.
Like to me, JJ is probably gonna make decisions that's best for the team.
Yeah, I mean he's going to establish himself for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah. And this is the thing with LeBron, I can see happening because I saw it in the Olympics. Clearly, Steph Curry, they was going through Steph Curry in those Olympics, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you can see that last game, LeBron almost messed it up for them because he wanted to shine. So he took ill-advised shot or whatever, but the team won despite of that. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
And it got glossed over. So So I don't think
LeBron do that.
Yeah, I don't see him taking a step back. I see him trying to find moments where he tries to steal the shine and make it still be about him.
Well,
especially if they make any kind of run.
So go ahead, Mike.
Well, I think now we have to take into account that LeBron James is on his last leg, right? And so JJ Redick, if he want his career to be beyond like LeBron's career, then he's going to have to make he's going to have to go with Luka. You know, he's going to have to allow Luka to be even if Luka don't want to step up, JJ Redick going to have a conversation with Luka and tell him that this is his team. And then he's going to have to really push LeBron to the side, man, because LeBron is not the future. He's not the future.
Yeah. And here's a question for you. How much of all of that does LeBron kind of understand and factor into why he's been so hot this last week, right? He's showing out and he's trying to make a statement, hey, I'm still the man, right?
Mm-hmm.
He sees the writing on the wall and he's like, oh yeah, you think I'm done? And so yeah, well,
yeah, I agree with that. I think, but okay, all right. So he showed out, right? Like I said earlier, the last 5 games, LeBron James been looking good. So that means that LeBron James, he has it in him, and he turns it on and he turns it off. But is that a good look though? You know what I mean? Like if when management, fans, and everybody know that you play in spurts, that you turn it on and you turn it off. Is do that make you look good as a player?
I think it's a fine line. It's a long season, and you can't go 100% every game.
Yeah.
Otherwise, especially on a 40-year-old body, you're gonna break down. You're gonna break down.
Let me say this about that then, Jim, because this is to my whole point. This is why LeBron James has been in the league for 20 years. You know, I made a video about like how Isaiah, when at the end of Isaiah's career, he was broken down and played. You know, he played till the wheels fell off. Larry Bird played until the wheels fell off. Magic Johnson went out because of medical issues and stuff like that. But then you had Michael Jordan played until the wheels fell off, and these guys didn't play nowhere near 20 years. But the fans, management, everybody appreciated what you know what I mean? They want you to go out on a stretcher. They don't want you to be coming, you got 20 years in the league and you never even had like a hangnail, because people want to know that you put that blood, sweat, and tears in there. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Does that look good when people know that everybody else, all the other greats, not even just the greats, but everybody come out, you know?
Well, I'm gonna say this: LeBron's got a fan base, and that fan base is very biased when it comes to him. So they're delusional. So that fan base doesn't even see what you're saying, Mike.
Yeah.
They don't view it that way. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
And then at this point, whatever LeBron's reputation is, it is at this point.
You're right about that too.
No matter what he does down the stretch, it's cemented. You know what I mean? So
yeah. And so now with that being said, though, and the people who sign the checks and the people who run the league, though, they recognize that. You know what I mean? So I just think that it's going. I think it's Luka team going forward. You know, and so
but determining when it's time to turn to Luka, I still don't think it's time yet. Like I still think as long as LeBron's on the roster, you know what I'm saying, he's still going to be the imposing figure over the franchise until he's gone. And now you got Luka there. So right now, I just believe that, you know, LeBron is going to try to, you know, insert himself a lot.
Yeah. So let me before y'all make enough, let me read this from Bully Bonner. So Bully Bonner kind of go, you know, solidify our point when he says, thank you. That roster didn't fit. The Lakers keep trying to appease this 40-year-old instead of wasting AD prime, right? So do y'all think that a lot of AD's prime was wasted with LeBron?
I think that's tough. They won one chip, right, in the bubble. Right. I don't really count that, but I think what's hurting AD's prime is he's injury prone.
Yeah.
You see, to me, they may have more championships if AD could stay healthy. Because he was a monster. He was a monster, man. He's a matchup nightmare.
All right. So
just yesterday, he had a great debut. 3 quarters. Right? 24, 16 boards, 3 blocks, 7 assists. 3rd quarter, growing. Leave the game.
Non-contact injury.
Non-contact. Yeah.
Right. That's true. AD couldn't stay healthy, right?
Yeah.
But let me say this. They won that bubble championship.
Yeah.
And I want Bully Bonner to give me his opinion too. They won that that championship, but they won that championship. They had a center on the team. And everybody from day one, everybody knew that Anthony Davis wanted to play with a center. He did not want to play that center position. So that goes back to Bully Bonner's point that they wasted his prime years. Because at one point in time they said that Anthony Davis was going to turn the team over to Anthony Davis. So if you want to turn the team over to Anthony Davis, then it would make sense to build
around him.
Yeah, right, exactly. Give him the help or put him in a position to win. But they didn't want to do that. I don't think LeBron wanted a center in there because the centers clog up the lane. So you got Anthony Davis who wants a center, but LeBron don't want a center because because they clog up the lane.
Yeah, they had Dwight Howard then, right?
Right. Did they have McGee also?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So they had centers, and then on top of that, Dwight Howard said he wanted to come back.
I saw that. Yeah.
So he wanted to come back.
Yeah.
So they had the opportunity.
So right now, all they've got is Jackson Hayes. I just looked it up. Jackson Hayes, 5.7 points a night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So So if it was speaking that way and looking at it from that viewpoint, not building around AD and getting him a center so he could play off, forward, like they were assembled in the bubble.
Yeah.
You could possibly say it was a waste if you look at it from that perspective, but even if they did that, his health is still in question.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. But look, all right. So his health was in question, but you know, he still played, you know what I mean? He still played a significant amount of time, whereas though, you know, I think they would have been able to get more production out of him had he been able to play the you know,
Well,
his
let me
natural
ask you
position.
something. Do you think them games he missed, the missed games, played a role in the Lakers every year having to play in the play-in tournament just to get into the playoffs?
I'm sure
Like,
that
you
caused
don't
some.
think that affected their seeding?
Yeah, I mean, all right. So like, if you're in the play-in game and then Anthony Davis missed like 10 or 15 games, you know, then yeah, you know what I mean. Those you probably say like even if you win half of those games when he's there, then
Mm-hmm.
right, you probably instead of being in the what's the play-in game, the 8th spot or the 9th spot.
I think it's 9 or something or 10. I don't know.
8, 9, and 10.
Yeah,
Oh,
8,
okay,
9,
right.
10.
So if Anthony Davis play all those games, he don't miss as many games. So now you in the say you in the number 7 spot or you in the number 6 spot. Yeah, that's true. But
Mm-hmm.
down the stretch, if you got Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and you have a center, then I think that makes you oh, all right, yes. So Bully Bonner says it's 7 versus
7,
the
8,
8,
9.
9
Yeah.
versus the 10. I
Okay.
appreciate that.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, you win like say like you win like in between 5 and 7 more games, depending on how much time he missed.
Mm-hmm.
But
So,
I think
so,
if it was going to be his team, they should have given him a center.
so check this out. 2021-22 season. He played 40 games.
Mm-hmm. He played 40.
That's what it's showing here. 40 games.
I never knew him to miss, you know, to miss that
Yeah,
many.
the 2020-21 season, he played 36 games. That's all in the Lakers. This is all with the Lakers. His first year with the Lakers, 2019-20, 62 games he played out of
Right.
82.
Okay.
And that's when they won it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the next year, he played 36 games.
Yeah.
And then the year after that, he played 40 games.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the year after that, 22-23, he played 56 games. And now in last year, he did good. He played 76 games.
Yeah.
You know, and so far in the 25 season, I think he was at like 40 something. Have they played 40 some games so far?
All I know is yesterday he went out with a lower body injury. That's
Yeah,
all.
yeah. So, you know, he's missing a lot of games, man.
Yeah. Who was that? Was it who kept giving him a hard way to go about missing all that game? What commentator was that? Was that Charles Barkley that kept giving Anthony Davis a hard way to go about missing all those games?
It could be.
Yeah.
It could be. Yeah, but see, that's the thing. So when you're missing this many games, it's absolutely affecting your seeding. You know, and you got to play your way into the playoffs every year and stuff like that. So
yeah. And that's true. Bully Bonner, like 20 and 21 season wasn't 82 games. Remember that was the season for the pandemic. That's true.
Yeah, the 20. The year in the bubble was the pandemic season.
Right. Yeah, man. So, you know, I just wanted to just look at it from that standpoint. Like, if this guy was going to be you was going to hand the team over to him after that pandemic season, then it would have made sense to keep the centers and give him, you know, what he needed. But the Lakers have, you know, been held hostage by
LeBron.
LeBron. Ain't no question. But they like being held hostage by LeBron. They loved it. They loved it.
I don't think with Luka though, if you got Luka coming back and Luka healthy, I don't think they allow LeBron to hold them hostage. You know what I mean?
No longer because they got their next star, but shit, they loved it, man.
Yeah.
Jenny Buss loved LeBron, man.
Yeah.
Loved him. Anytime you draft his son, come on.
Yeah.
I can't blame LeBron. I mean, at this point, I got to look at the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is this dude doing to you? You know, I need to ask Jenny. You know, Jenny been known to have a few affairs with, you know,
yeah.
she posed for Playboy. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Jenny about that life.
Yeah.
Oh man, you know, some allegations coming out now about Braun
About
outside of his marriage. You know, with
oh
Drake and
yeah,
all that.
yeah.
Never know, man.
Yeah.
So,
No,
so
I'm
what do you guys?
I'm just having fun with it. Yeah.
What do you guys think? What do you think of this take? This is just
Mhm.
crazy off the wall, and tell me I'm crazy. But what would the Lakers look better if they traded Braun for Luka?
Wow.
So you got Anthony Davis and
Yes.
Luka.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. I didn't think about that, but
Yes.
you're right. You're right.
Yes.
They look better with Luka and
Yes.
Anthony Davis. And
Yep.
then yeah.
I mean
Yep.
that's a crazy trade, and that would have never happened. But I mean,
Yeah.
Luka
Yeah.
for AD was crazy. So
Yeah. And the thing about that, if they was gonna bring in a center anyway, you know what I
yeah,
mean? So if you
yeah.
was gonna bring in a center, you'd have brought in a center, got Luka and a center, and then they look better
Yep.
then.
They would have been
So,
better.
but
But
now,
Dallas, I don't think Dallas wanted LeBron.
No, that they would have
yeah,
never done that.
Yeah, they didn't want LeBron. I don't think too many teams want to pick up that bags right now, LeBron.
yeah. So
No, not
now,
anymore.
but
Mhm.
moving forward though, how do you think? All right, so Anthony Davis did go out yesterday with a lower body. What they say was a lower body.
It was his growing. It was his growing
Okay.
because he hadn't played. He didn't missed a few games because of it. So now in the trade, he made his debut and he re-agitated, but he said he's fine. That's
So
what he
moving
said.
forward though, how do you
Mhm.
think Anthony Davis is going to impact the
Yes.
Maverick season?
Yes. I'm telling you, man. Them young
Yeah.
boys down low, Lively, Gafford, man, I'm telling you.
Yeah, certified rim runner
Yes.
and defense.
Yes. He was pouring it on yesterday, man.
He was, and he
Yes,
seemed
he was telling the
motivated and
crowd.
inspired.
He told the crowd, I'm here.
Right.
I'm here now. Stop
He was-
crying over Luka. I'm here.
He definitely was motivated and inspired too. So that's a good sign. I never seen him like that.
I haven't either.
I never
Yeah.
seen him like that. So that's a good sign for
Yeah.
Mavericks fans.
Yeah. Blocking
Yeah.
shots. Come on, man.
Yeah.
No,
So
16 rebounds in 3 quarters.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Come
tough.
on. That's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough.
So things is not. They looking pretty good.
And remember, J Kidd, the coach.
Yeah.
J Kidd was on the Lakers staff when they won in the bubble, right?
Right.
So he got a relationship with AD, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna be all right, man. I'm telling you, they're gonna be all right if he stay healthy. Yep.
Yeah.
I
So
like-
maybe,
I
hopefully,
like-
if he, what you say, Jim?
No, I was just gonna say I like Jason Kidd as a coach.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, I do too. Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. But yeah. So and like I said, Austin Reeves yesterday he scored 45 points against Indiana. Austin Reeves looked good out there. But let's go to to Jimmy Butler
I know.
playing with Steph
I
Curry. I
know.
like that.
I
I like that
know.
look. I like that
Oh,
dynamic. I like that. I think that chemistry is going to be easy to develop because the two opposite playing styles. You know what I mean? I think that
Mhm.
chemistry going to be I think that's going to be something that's going to be a good pickup for them. I don't know. Jimmy Butler had 25 points yesterday. Steph Curry had 34.
Yep.
20.
And-
Yeah, I think 26.
Oh, Jimmy Butler had 26. Okay.
No, I just looked it up.
Yeah.
My 25,
Yeah, I don't-
26. Yeah, what's the difference?
It's cool though. Either one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
I'm
think he's
watching the
happy.
game.
Mhm.
Jimmy Butler, he don't shoot no 3-pointers.
None.
He operate around the rim and the mid-range,
Mid-range.
the mid-range. Then on top of
Mhm.
that, he gets fouled and he goes to the line.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? That's Golden State. All that is what Golden State needs.
That's what they needed.
That's what they need. They need somebody who draws some fouls, get the other team in foul trouble, They get some easy buckets out of the situations.
They know how to stretch the floor, and that's exactly what Jimmy Butler needs.
He said that in the press conference. He liked the fact that he gives Steph the ball. He stay out of Steph's way. And, he operating in space.
In space. Yep, because of Steph.
One-on-one.
Yep. Yeah, he said my job easy. 1-on-1, I beat that all day.
Yeah, man.
And you can't double. When both of them on the floor, you can't double.
Nope.
No,
you can't.
You're not gonna leave Steph open. Steph hit some crazy shots yesterday. He hit somebody fouled him, running at him, ran under him on a 3-pointer, and it went all bottoms. So that's crazy. They look good yesterday. Now it was,
but I don't know if they look championship.
No,
I don't know if they look NBA championship.
A tough out though. I will give them that. That's a tough out because remember, we talking about in the playoffs. You talking about Jimmy Butler steps his game up in the playoffs.
He does.
So you got Jimmy Butler who's gonna step his game up. What you say, Jim?
They got some work to do because they're sitting just outside the play-in.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
But you're right. I mean, you get them in there, and with that talent, they can. Don't sleep on them.
They're dangerous.
And another thing, just imagine you got Jimmy Butler and Draymond on the same team, and both of those guys can be physical and they can be aggressive. So I like them on the defensive end.
And Jimmy Butler a bully too.
Yeah, both of them bullies.
Yeah, I know Draymond is. I'm saying now you're adding another bully. Jimmy Butler, Jimmy Butler a bully.
That's almost like having the Detroit Pistons, a modern day Pistons. You know what I mean? Yep. So you got both of those guys that don't mind mixing it up. Do they still have Looney out there? Looney?
Who, Golden State?
Yeah. Because Looney is,
Yeah, he played. I think he only scored like 2 yesterday.
Yeah, but still, he, for defensive purposes, and Looney, he makes his presence be felt out there. So you got Looney, Draymond, and Butler. Really, the only weakness they have on defense is Steph Curry. But with those guys behind Steph Curry, I think Steph probably gonna get some steals and stuff out of it.
I'm gonna pump my brakes a little bit because they was playing the Bulls too. Let's keep that in.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, for your opening game though, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was good. It looked good.
Right. Yeah. Now, remember though, the Golden State was down by 19. They was down 19, and come back to beat by at least double digits. So, you're right. I mean, it was the Bulls, but they came back. So I like that.
Yeah, I just want to see him in the mix. I give Anthony Davis' debut a lot more credit because they was playing Houston, and Houston is rolling. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But with the Bulls, the Bulls ain't even 500. So.
Yeah. Well, the Bulls and Golden State record was almost the same, pretty close. Both of them was below, a little bit below. Golden State not 500.
Huh?
Golden State wasn't 500.
But they was only one game out, right?
24 and 25, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
The Bulls were like 23 and 26, something like that. You know what I mean? So they only like
they're 22 and 31.
Yeah, they got
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
22 wins, 31 losses. I didn't know they. Yeah. So both of them under 500. Yeah, but
I don't even know.
I think that win puts that win puts the Warriors right at 500.
Okay. Yeah, I knew there was only one game below 500. So I thought it was a good debut for Anthony Davis and Jimmy Butler. Good debut.
Yeah. And Klay
I like, but you brought up Houston though, Clayton. I like Houston. Young, athletic, run, coaching. You know what I mean? They got the good coaching, so he's not gonna let them. He's not gonna let them slip. He's gonna, you know what I mean? So I like what I see out of Houston. But,
that was a good win though. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
If the playoffs started tomorrow, the 5 seed is the Rockets and the 4 seed is the Lakers. So who, if it finishes up that way, who do you got? The 4 against the 5.
I'm going with the Rockets.
You going with the Rockets?
Yep.
Yeah, I gotta agree. I'm gonna go with the Rockets also.
I'm gonna go with the Rockets.
Young and athletic, like I said, and then I like the coaching and he even making them play defense, and they have some pretty strong role players too. So
especially right now with the Lakers having no center too, because I think the Rockets got a nice young center.
Alperin.
Say his name again.
Alperin is his first name. Alperin.
Yeah, that kid. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know, man.
Yeah, Alperin Schengen.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think I'm looking forward to the second half of this, the half of the season, just to see how these teams develop. Especially, like I said, the ones who made big trades and stuff like that, just to see, and see that goes into the strategy of the game, like, you know what I mean, like general managers and stuff like that, like what general managers, know what they're doing, or what general managers put pieces in place to put their their teams in a position to win.
Yeah. No. I would have loved to see them. I would have loved to see the Timberwolves pull off that KD trade, though. I swear I would have loved to see that. Man. That would have been fun.
Now you brought up KD, right?
Yeah.
And KD and Kendrick Perkins had got a little back and forth going.
Okay.
Because Kendrick Perkins basically is saying that KD has failed at every stop except for Golden State. Everywhere KD has played, he has failed except for Golden State. And to his point, he's saying that it's a lack of leadership for Kevin Durant. And so now they're going back and forth. Now, what do y'all think? Do y'all think Kevin Durant lacks leadership?
Yeah, I mean, but everybody's not like you can't make leaders. They're born.
Yeah.
So, so if I'm a team, I got to know how to vet these players. I got to know how to analyze these players and the talent. I need to know how to analyze the talent. And it's my fault if I'm trying to make this guy be a leader when he's not. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say that that's necessarily a knock on KD. I don't think he's a leader. No.
Right.
He just want to hoop, but that's not his fault. They are born, man. They are born. Yeah. I don't care what anybody say. They're born.
And Minnesota already has a big personality, so he just all he had to do was just go in there and hoop.
Yeah, but is that like historically though, has that been enough though from your franchise ball player for him to go in there and hoop? Like, name me somebody else besides Kevin Durant who just went into a gym and hooped, and that was enough for them to get their team over the hump.
If you got leadership on that team, it can be enough.
But I mean, give me a name. Give me a name.
I mean, okay, let me say this.
Shaq.
Who?
Shaq. You don't see Shaq as a leader.
No,
like Shaq holding his teammates accountable.
Kobe was the leader.
Kobe was.
All right. But I still see Shaq as somebody who would hold his teammates. He'll call you out. He'll hold you accountable. Now, if y'all had to say, what's the name? Kawhi is kind of a quiet leader.
Yeah.
They won a championship
in Toronto,
right?
There you go.
Yep. But down the stretch though, you can also count on Kawhi to I think Kevin Durant kind of just like he missed the mark on that, right? He missed the mark.
But that's just not who he is.
it's kind of hard to.
Kevin Durant proves your theory.
Mhm.
He went to Golden State. He's not a leader.
That wasn't. That wasn't his team though.
That's what I'm saying. This is
Yeah.
what I'm saying. If you want the player to be the leader and that it's his team,
Mhm.
you got to look for somebody else.
Yeah, but like you said, that's not like Kobe. That came natural to Kobe. It came natural to Mike. It came natural to Magic. Bird. It came natural
Yeah,
to.
because they both. Yeah.
Right. So if it comes natural, like you said, then you got to bring up. If Kevin Durant is not that dude, then you almost got Kevin. He can't be your number one.
I'll give you one. I ain't watched them play, but it's safe to say Bill Russell was the leader on that team, but he wasn't the man. He wasn't the leading scorer. That didn't go through him. He played great defense, rebound, but they had Bob Cousy, they had other guys.
But you had how many Hall of Famers you had playing with Bill Russell though? I mean, he had at least 6 Hall of Famers playing with him. About
I'm
5
just
Hall of
saying.
Famers.
I'm just saying the leader doesn't necessarily have to be the guy.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. So
Kevin Durant is such a great scorer. He's one of the prolific scorers in the league and stuff. And we automatically, because he's one of the top players in the league, we think every single top player gotta be a leader, gotta be the guy, gotta be the vocal. But you're born with that, man. You know, you're born with that.
yeah. Or I think that like if when you get put in that role, like say for instance when Red Auerbach, when he drafted Larry Bird, right? He drafted Larry Bird. You know, Larry Bird, he had no choice. He was the man. He had to step into that position and just be the man.
That's who Larry was.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Red Auerbach wanted Bird, identified Bird, and he did his due diligence on Bird. This guy is this is who he is.
Right. So Kendrick Perkins is saying that, besides Golden State, like if you bought Kevin Durant into your organization, you was not getting a leader because you automatically knew that Kevin Durant was not that guy when it came to.
And shame on you for trying to make him one.
Right.
But he didn't fail. He's a hooper. He won 2 championships.
Yeah.
He failed because the media was shaping this narrative.
I don't even know if I would call him a failure. You're right. I can agree with like his role. Like what he did at Golden State, that's his role. So if you put the team together, you want somebody who's going to be your number one and not Kevin Durant.
Well, you will want Kevin Durant to be the number 1 scoring option. You just don't bring him in to think that he's going to be the team leader and hold people accountable and do all this other stuff that they're trying to heap on him.
Well, let me ask y'all this. Y'all this.
Okay.
Because leaders, and we could talk about all of them. The leaders give the team what they need when the team need it. If you need a steal, they're going to get you a steal. If you need a rebound, they're going to get you a rebound. You need them to lock down on defense. All of them did it. We could point to all of them. Mike, Isaiah, Bird, Magic, all of them did stuff besides what their main role was. They did things, you know what I mean, to put their team in a position to win. And we don't get that because Kevin Durant we say he's a scorer, and that's what he's going to do. He's going to score.
Right.
When has he gotten his team a big steal or a big rebound when they needed it?
But we're not calling him a leader.
Right.
Kendrick Perkins is. We're not calling him that.
Well, no, Kendrick Perkins is saying that he failed as a leader. So
right. That's what I'm saying. Right.
Let me read this statement from Jermaine. Jermaine said, do y'all know basketball? Kobe wasn't a leader during the three-peat. So
he was.
Kobe, early in his career, Kobe wasn't the leader. I think Kobe developed into the leader, and that's when Kobe started to fill those shoes. That's when him and Shaq started to really, in my opinion, bump heads. What would y'all say about that?
To me, go ahead, Jim.
let's define what we mean by leadership. Right?
Yes.
Because you mentioned something, Mike, which is a huge part of it, at least for a team sport, which is you got to lead out on the field. You got to lead out on the court, right?
Right.
And you got to be the one that set the example. Now, there's other things that happen inside the locker room that we're also talking about, holding cats accountable and right, setting the culture, all
Right.
those things. So there's a lot to it, and so yeah, I think in some ways, Kobe had to evolve into being the locker room leader, but from day one, he and Larry, and a lot of those elite guys, Michael, they let their attitude and their play
Set the tone.
set the tone,
Yes.
and then build on that with
Yes.
expectations and
Yes.
holding guys accountable.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
You don't
right.
you don't ask a player to do something that you're not willing to do yourself and things of this nature. Shaq was never the leader because of his poor work ethic. He was never the leader.
Right.
This is why Shaq and Kobe got into a fight in practice.
Yep.
Kobe was holding Shaq accountable.
Wow.
Get your big ass in the gym. You coming in out of shape. Stuff like that. Yeah.
I think Shaq was a leader at first, but Kobe just raised the bar. Kobe raised the bar. Shaq was the kind of leader. Shaq was, he was just physically gifted. And so he didn't, he's 7 feet tall, 300 pounds. So, he had that natural.
He was imposing, but he had no work ethic. So you understand? So he wasn't setting a good tone for that team. Kobe
he wasn't
did.
going to work like Kobe worked. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But and so I think Jermaine make a good point. Jermaine says that I think Perkins is saying that he has to do a little bit more than show up and play and be accountable and voice his opinions to others, arguing with kids more than just arguing with kids on the internet.
He does have to do more if he's trying to go down as this leader, this marquee guy, or whatever the case may be. But the only thing he has to do is be himself. That's not who he is. Everybody keeps trying to make him be that. We have to just acknowledge this is an immature mama's boy. This is who he is. And he can hoop. And he's one of the greatest shooters that the game has seen. He's a great player. Scored every level. I mean, but he's not that leader. He's not that guy.
But did he want that? He wants that he wants that, like, that same respect that the leaders get, but he don't want to put that work in that those other guys. He don't want everything to come with that title. He want that title, but he don't want everything to come with it.
Stay right there. And that even solidifies even more that he's not a leader, because the number one thing, number one attribute about a leader is self-awareness. Right. He's not aware of himself.
Yeah, or is delusional about himself.
Well, that's the same. That's the same thing.
Because So now Kendrick Perkins also said that he was the leader on that OKC team when he was there, and when Kevin Durant.
Well, then he failed. The Kendrick Perkins failed there, goddamn. Let's talk about it.
I ain't even look at it like that. Yeah, so Kendrick Perkins, he accepting the blame now for that for that team not really getting too far.
Absolutely. You gonna come out and say that? Okay. Okay, bro.
I just wish Big Perk would have an opinion every now and then.
Yeah, right. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, I hear your points, though. I just feel like we gotta stop trying to make people be something that they're not just because they show some of the same qualities as others. Well, but that don't make you that in its totality, I
mean, I agree. I don't think we should force people into those roles, but I think that, like, if you was a general manager and you brought in Kevin Durant, then if you know what Kevin Durant brings to the table, then you need to bring somebody else in who is going
Absolutely.
to be, but
Yep.
it don't seem like besides Golden State, that was the only team that really had that type of chemistry and the type of structure that could make up for his faults, not
But I
his
think,
faults, but his
but
shortcomings.
I think they was exceptional though in OKC because he was young and they went to the finals and lost
Yeah,
to LeBron.
yeah,
They got
yeah,
out of the West. You know what I mean? So I give him a
yeah.
little bit more grace, man. That was good.
I
But
think I
what?
think I think the NBA is the hardest sport to create good chemistry on a team because
Mm.
the team sizes are smaller than any other of the major teams.
Mhm. Well, all right. Let me say this: football.
Okay. Yeah.
You got 22. Well, you got how many? Like 54 people on the
53
team,
man roster.
and you got everybody to get, or just you run one. You run one play on a football team.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get 11 people to. You got to don't jump
Dance
off
in
side.
unison. Yeah.
You
Mm-hmm.
Dance
got to
in
have your
unison.
wide receiver be like in a certain spot at the, like when you need his quarterback to be there. You
Mm-hmm.
need your center to hike the ball without, you know what I mean? Without messing that up. That's a lot of moving parts right there.
There's
You
a
know what I
lot
mean?
of
On a
moving
football
parts.
team,
Yep. Yep.
that's a lot of
And you
moving
don't
parts.
have as many intimate relationships on a football team
Yeah.
because there's so many people.
Yeah.
It's so regimented. The team has to work in unison, and they spend so much time together
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
being
Okay.
being a unit
Okay.
that the culture of the sport itself requires you to be a part of a
Mm.
bigger unit.
The
Well, I
sport
can,
does.
yeah, I can
The
buy
sport
that. I
does
can buy
The
require
that.
it.
sport does,
Yeah.
and the NBA allows for more individuality to
Yeah.
shine because
Yeah.
that's where a lot of that's where a lot of the product shines,
Yeah.
right? But it's more difficult to put the pieces around that fit together and have that thing come together and meld together as a team.
Mm.
I think it's harder to do that in the NBA than any other sport.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, I get
That.
your point. I get your
Yeah.
point. But I just think with all those moving parts, then you got guys bringing their issue. You have so many different guys bringing their own issues to the locker room. Contracts, girlfriends. That just make for wow. That's yeah. And any coach who can who could weave his way through all of that and still win in the NFL, man. That's like somebody like Andy Reid or man, that's just crazy. Or Mike
Yeah.
Tomlin. That's
Belichick,
yeah, Bill Belichick.
yeah, yeah.
You got
And
50 people.
you had guys in the NBA that could do it, right? Pat
Yeah.
Riley.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I like those old school
Chuck
coaches. Chuck
Daly,
Daly,
Pat
right? Yeah,
Riley.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I like those old school
Phil
guys.
Jackson. He did it.
yeah.
Um. Greg Pop. What's his name? His last
Popovich.
Popovich.
name. Popovich. He
Yeah,
did
Greg
it.
Popovich. Yeah.
I thought Whichcomb was a good coach.
Who was that?
Um. What's that guy name, man? He used to have a great name.
What?
Um.
Who he coached for?
Back in the Mike era and them. What was his name? He had a great name, man.
Bogdanovich.
Who,
No, no, no. He had a nice name. What was his name?
what team he was on?
I want it, not Utah. It was somebody else similar. But I thought Lenny Wilkins did a good job too for Cleveland.
Yeah,
But
Lenny
what was that?
Wilkins. Yeah, those guys knew basketball. You know what I mean? Yeah, and they coached. Not only did they know basketball, but they knew. I mean, it just was a different era. Like you got a different type of response. You had a different type of player when those guys played too. They
Mhm,
respected authority. It wasn't all this social media. It wasn't so much distractions. You know what I mean? So
mhm.
yeah, you had some good coaches though.
Yeah, what's the guy name, man? It's messing with me so much.
You talking about the Utah Jazz head coach?
No, I don't think it was Utah.
Well, I don't even remember. I
He had
forgot.
a nice name, man. What was it? Not
Are you
Hubie
thinking of-
Blake. Not Hubie Blake. It was somebody else.
Are you thinking of Scott Skiles?
No.
Or
Late.
Doug
I mean,
Moe.
early when Mike and them played.
Was it Doug Moe?
No.
Remember he was at where was Doug Moe? He's at Denver or something like that. I forgot. But
Bill
yeah,
Fitch?
I mean, you just had
Bill
so many
Fitch?
good coaches.
Huh?
Bill Fitch?
No, it wasn't Bill Fitch. It was a night. His first name had that flair, that rhythm to it.
Yeah.
And it may not even been his real name, but this is what he went by. What was this guy's name? I can't think of it, man. I'm getting old. And you guys can't help me.
No.
No, I mean, if you say the team, I probably
I can't even place him with the team, really.
Yeah.
Damn, what was this guy's name?
We could look him up real quick.
Not Hubie. Not Hubie. It was somebody. Anyway.
Look, somebody said Swiss Parker.
Who?
Swiss Parker.
Who is that?
Swiss Parker played for the Lakers.
Oh, okay. No, I can't remember, man. I can't remember. Yeah.
That was funny, Swiss Parker. I think but I mean, you talk about like back in the 80s and and the 90s, that's to me that was basketball heyday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like from 80 on up to like the early 2000s, I thought it was basketball heyday. I'm
stuck on this guy too.
Yeah.
I'm stuck. Yeah, because I want to remember so bad.
Yeah. So look, let's go into like, all right, so
go ahead.
With this the NFL, like NFL, not NFL, but the NBA standings, right? Who y'all like coming out of that out of the East as far as the NBA standings? Y'all think it's still Boston?
Into the finals?
No, like I mean, who gonna challenge for the finals? They don't necessarily have to.
I mean,
y'all think it's gonna be Boston?
At this point, Boston's gonna be in the conference finals, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to and it depends on how the final order
so you
got out. But I'm trying to think of who's going to beat the Cavs for that other top spot in the conference finals. So the way it sits right now, Knicks are at the 3 spot, right?
Right. Yeah, Knicks at the 3. So you got Cleveland, Boston, New York, Indiana, Milwaukee, Detroit. How is Detroit in the East? Wow. Well, Detroit is at 500. They playing 500 ball. I'm surprised Detroit is even above Miami and above Miami.
Yeah.
I
don't see the Pacers beating the Cavs to make it to the conference finals.
Yeah.
So it's got to be the Cavs and Boston.
Yeah, I like the way the Cavs look too. And not just on offense, but the Cavs, they just so long and athletic, and they make it hard for people to score. You know what I mean? With that length and that athleticism. And so what is it, Clayton?
Cotton Fitzsimmons.
Oh, Cotton. Oh, all right.
Cotton. That's who it was.
Yeah.
Cotton Fitzsimmons.
And you know
that
what?
Wasn't his real name, though. Huh?
I don't know who he coached for either, though. When you say his name, I know Cotton, but I don't know who he coached for.
Though. I think he coached for
It was in the East.
Yeah.
Was it in the East? I'll tell you in a minute. I'm gonna tell you in a minute.
Because of his hair or something?
Yeah, because his real name was like Lowell or something, but it wasn't Cotton.
Yeah,
but that I used to love his name, man. Cotton Fitzsimmons. I used to love his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I ain't mean to take you off your thought. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Spurs and the Suns.
That's who he coached. Yeah, the
Yeah, well,
Suns. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
he
It was
started
the
out.
Sun.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
started out in college, but then he went to the Suns, then the Hawks, the Braves back in the 70s, and then
Mhm.
he was in Kansas City when before Kansas City moved to Sacramento.
Mm.
But then in the late 80s and early 90s, he was with the Spurs and then the Suns. So
Yeah.
I was wrong. He wasn't in his peak years. He wasn't in the East. He was in the West.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah. So getting back to who coming out the East.
I think it's now. In my opinion, I think it's going to be either Cleveland or Boston. I mean, the Cavs or Boston.
I'm not counting them Bucks out.
You're not?
Nope.
I don't think Kyle Kuzma. I don't think Kyle Kuzma I don't think he moved the needle for them for real.
Okay.
I don't think he really, because all right, the scoring, the presence that Middleton brought to when they won that championship, I don't think he plays to the level of what Chris Middleton brought to their team that year they won that championship. Now, what do y'all think about that? Do y'all agree with that?
I like Kuzma with the Bucks.
I like him too. I like him.
I just, man, I just don't know they can get over the hump with the Celtics.
Yeah, I don't see. Yeah, I could see them two in the conference finals, but I'm not gonna count the Knicks out either.
Yeah.
Well, so
even though they got blown out yesterday, I ain't counting them out. You know.
Yeah.
So with the Celtics sitting at the 2.
Yeah.
That means the Celtics and the Bucks and the Heat, and the play-in would have to go through Boston at this point.
The Bucks sitting at 5.
In the West?
In the East.
No, Milwaukee Bucks in the East. They sitting at number 5.
Yeah.
In the East.
Right. So the 2 plays the 3, right? If everyone wins if the lower seed wins, right? I mean, if the top seed wins all the way through, the way it sits now, the Bucks would have to play the Celtics, and the Cavs would have to play the Pistons.
Oh, okay.
And Pacers and Knicks would have to go, and then I got to visualize the tournament in my head.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then so the winner of the Pacers Knicks would play Celtics, and
you saying because the Bucks would get the Celtics in that first round, they couldn't meet in the conference finals.
Yeah.
But I think the Bucks are going to climb.
Well,
they made this move.
It's now I don't know if this is true or not, but Jermaine just said the Bucks probably going to fall in the seedings because Giannis is hurt. So I don't know.
Did he get hurt?
I don't know. Yeah, and how serious this is, but so yeah, maybe what you're saying, barring injury, right?
Yeah.
Barring any significant or serious injury, I
didn't know he was hurt.
I didn't even tell. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's crazy. Is he hurt, or it's just like?
See, that's what I'm saying. Like barring any significant or serious injury.
No, he just got a calf strain, so he's gonna sit out in the NBA All-Star game. He's gonna sit that out. He got calf strain, so that's something to keep an eye out on.
Right.
Yeah.
But I appreciate that though, Jermaine, because I had no idea he even had a calf strain.
Yeah.
I like Cleveland. I like Cleveland in that.
I like Cleveland too. Yeah.
I like Cleveland coming out of that East. So what about the West? What y'all think?
Oh, you only got the Celtics coming out? You got Cleveland coming out the East?
Yeah, I think just because of their defense and their scoring.
Okay.
I think they're gonna be something to.
And they did pick up the guy Hunter. That was a good pickup for them too. So
yeah.
We'll see. Yeah.
Yeah. Now over in the West, I dig OKC and I dig Houston, right?
I'm going with Dallas.
That's gonna be. I
Them two
can't wait.
things.
I can't wait for the playoffs to start though.
I'm
For
going
real,
with Dallas.
I cannot wait for the playoffs to start though. For real, because that West gonna be.
That's a yeah.
That's gonna be. You got OKC,
Mm-hmm.
Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
Then you
Mm-hmm.
you you can't even Denver. You got to give Denver some respect. As long as they got the Joker over there, you got to give them some respect. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
you got Denver. Even LA doing. You know what I mean? LA not gonna be an easy out. They definitely not gonna be an easy out. As much as I want to run LeBron out of town, you know, they're not gonna
Well,
be an easy out.
Without solid bigs, I just don't see him surviving very long
Yeah,
in the playoffs.
yeah. So,
yeah.
but look, all right. So, Jim, let me ask you this, right? So, you say without a solid big, do y'all think that the NBA? And I thought about this last night when I was watching Golden State play. Do y'all think that the NBA is going back to like their old school way of playing, like inside out? You know, like
No,
you don't think so?
no. But if you can't stretch the floor, then you get no production inside.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you can't get any production inside, your outside shot is going to get stagnant, right?
Right.
And you can't create space.
Right. Because so when I watched yesterday, you know, I watched the Bulls and I watched Golden State, and when they fell behind like about 19, like almost 20 points, that was their problem. Like they couldn't hit that outside shot, you know. And so I was like, man, you know, maybe, but Steph got it together. He got hot, man, and just, you know, and Jimmy Butler just the whole time he just kept plugging away anyway. And so I think that's what helped him. So at times when Steph can't get hot, Jimmy Butler plugging away at that mid range, I think is really going to help them, you know, catch a rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
I think OKC is just too young and too fast. And
That part.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, what about OKC big man? Is he back though? What's the big man name for OKC? The 7-footer. Chet. What's his name? Chet something.
Holmgren.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
Chet
back.
Holmgren.
He's back.
Yeah, they is young, athletic, and then you got the big 7-footer down there, man, just redirecting. Yeah, man, Chet.
I mean,
So,
SGA is going to win the MVP in my opinion.
Yeah,
and I mean they just got a lot going on.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah. So
I still think they're too young though.
You think they too young?
Still, yep.
They was in the thick of things last year too, though.
Yeah, and then they didn't make it.
Huh?
And they didn't make it.
Right, but I mean that's all.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're not gonna be in the playoffs. I'm just saying I still feel like they still got some growing to do. That's all I'm saying.
All right, so look, by I think OKC ready, Jermaine. I think they ready.
Okay.
And the reason why I think they ready is because last year, like I said, they fell short last year.
Mm-hmm.
But that didn't derail like their confidence. That didn't derail. They came back this year, you know what I mean? Like they on a mission. I think they ready.
Mm-hmm.
I think they ready.
Okay. Okay.
I think OKC is ready. But like I said,
I like them. I just feel like they still got a little bit more growing to do. That's all. But I like them.
If anybody, in my opinion, fit into that category, I think it's Memphis. I think Memphis is not. Yeah, Memphis not ready. I think Memphis has some growing to do, as far as like maturity, and you know, like and being like that playoff worthy or battle tested. You know what I mean? I think Memphis, although Memphis is having a good year, I think Memphis still took a step backwards. You know what I mean? I think they took a step backwards. And I know it's hard to say when you got somebody sitting in second place, right? But yeah, I don't. But Denver, I think Denver is going to be tough. I think Houston going to be tough.
Minnesota doesn't have the right pieces. Minnesota doesn't have the right pieces. Man, I wish they would have got KD. I know a lot of people are hot and cold on KD, but I think he would fit in. I think he would have fit in with Ant-Man's style.
Yeah. All right. So Ant-Man, and I think because Ant-Man is he their number one, I think they might be able to make they probably could make that work, you know.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I think that'd be somewhere that Kevin Durant would have been comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, because he'd have been the number 2.
Yep.
Ant-Man the number 1 option, you know. But the thing for me though, I don't like I wish Ant-Man would stop shooting so many jumpers though. I like him when he's more aggressive going to the rim.
Yeah.
You know, I like him when he's more aggressive going to the rim.
Rudy Gobert is just Rudy Gobert is just too old, man. He's too long in the tooth, man. They need some inside help there too.
Yeah. Rudy Gobert has, in my opinion, always been just a defensive role player, though. You know, like you can't really count on him for no more than that. You know, just his defense, his rebound.
I mean, I wish Nas and Reed would step up a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and I know the Spurs are way down the list, right? But they did just get De'Aaron Fox.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if you can keep De'Aaron Fox and Wemby together, like, what do y'all think? And they got Chris Paul too, right? They still got Chris Paul.
Yep.
Yeah. They got Chris Paul.
Yep.
Hopefully, in my opinion, Chris Paul rubs off on De'Aaron Fox the same way he rubbed off on that kid at OKC. What's his Shea Alexander? Because remember, they played a year together.
Yeah.
At OKC.
Chris Paul was there?
Yeah, him and Shea Alexander played a year together, in OKC.
Okay.
Yep, yeah. So, but yeah, I hope that De'Aaron Fox and Wemby can develop some type of chemistry. Because right now they 22 and 28. But you know,
it's definitely a great pickup for them. But yeah, I mean, I just want to see how it play out, you know. And I don't know, like, I don't know. It's like it seemed like San Antonio missing some stuff, like, but I can't put my finger on it.
They need a deeper bench.
Yeah.
And
so, and how are they looking like a power forward? Because you don't want, like, they need a solid power forward too, though, because you don't want Wemby to be like, you know, the end all be all, and you know, and taking a beating and stuff like that. So they need a power forward also.
Well, this one kid, Devin Vassell or whatever his name is, he giving them good he giving them quality production. He averaging like 16 a game at the 1 forward spot. And then the other kid, the other forward last night, the other forward, Barnes had 21, Whitcomb had 25, you know. But the guy Barnes only averaged about 11 points a game. So, but you know,
and I'm more so like the defensive load. I want them, you know what I mean? Like Wemby, you know, I want them to carry more so of the defensive load. You know, I ain't worried about how many points. You know what I mean? Remember back in the day, Kevin Willis for the Atlanta Hawks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your power forwards really didn't put up a whole lot of points. You know, they was you know.
Well, the kid Barnes had 8 boards. You know, he had 8 boards. I mean, I gotta watch the game. You know, I haven't seen San Antonio play at all. But
yeah, I mean, I get you because that's what I'm saying. I gotta now that football is about to be over, where I can, you know, we can dive more into to the NBA, and then we can do the and I'm definitely gonna follow this women college, man, because there's been some good games on women college. You know what I mean? Yeah. So So Jermaine says that Fox is the same mentally as Durant. Punch the clock, go home. Too many young guys on that team need more mentoring. And looking at, and that's why I said, looking at De'Aaron Fox, I do see like a level of like immaturity. That's why I said he would need somebody like Chris Paul to mentor him, and then he'll be able to help Wemby. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, because I do see like a level of immaturity with this guy.
And then you got the coach there, also that can maybe help, shape him and develop him, make him a little bit more mature, because it is the reason why they were so willing to trade a young talent like him. So
right. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point though from Jermaine though, because I noticed that about that kid too.
Yeah.
But look, y'all, we already made our football predictions, man. So now it's just basically just going out and getting the snacks.
Yeah.
Sitting back. You know what I mean? Sitting back and watching, man. Like, is this dude going to make history today? Is Saquon going, you know what I mean? Saquon going to get his first ring?
Listen, man. And Andy Reid, another thing about him, he always got wrinkles that you're not ready for. He is going to throw something at Philly that they didn't see, don't know it's coming. Trust what I'm telling you.
No, I know. I know. How do you prepare for something like that though?
You
know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
He gonna bring something, at least one or two plays that you haven't seen him do. And the thing about it is they are going to execute it to damn near perfection, like they've been doing it all year long.
Yeah.
And they're gonna hurt you with it. They're gonna hurt you with it. That's crazy.
The way you stay out of that situation, if you Philly, you have to get a lead. You have to get a big lead. You can't be in a one-score game.
Right. Yeah. You need a cushion. Yeah, because you're going to see something. You need that cushion.
Yeah.
The creativity on both sides of the ball is what keeps the Chiefs scared.
Yep. And it's the thing too with Jalen Carter. He plays one side. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
With Chris Jones, they move him all around the line. You don't know ways. They move him in different. Man.
Yeah.
Trying to tell you, man.
I mean, it's going to be a barn burner for real, right? It's definitely going to be a barn burner.
That's all I want.
Yeah.
Give me some drama. Make it close.
And the narratives of there, like I said, you got Saquon coming from the Giants, you know what I mean? And like people saying like this guy is the piece that could get them over the hump. You got Jalen Hurts. He wants some revenge from the last time he met Kansas City in the Super Bowl. You got this kid Mahomes and Reed get ready to make history, or I'm sorry, at least trying to make history with this three-peat.
The whole team: Mahomes, Jones, Travis, Kelsey, all them guys, man.
This is crazy. It's crazy.
If they pull it off, is it Kelsey's last game?
Yeah, he might walk off in the sunset. He might.
Yeah.
Well, y'all know that they said after the game he gonna propose to Taylor Swift in the end zone.
He might.
Whatever. Yeah, good for him. You gotta give the Swifties something to talk about, I guess.
Yeah. Got to. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a good one though. See how it unfold, bro.
Yeah, man, I'm here for it, no doubt. I'm here for it. Yeah, man, I'm saying we had a good show, another good show as usual. I want everybody to make sure they like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Don't forget to leave a comment. Appreciate everybody who participated in the chat. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So
all right, fellas. Y'all enjoy the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no doubt. You too.
And
y'all enjoy the game.
Hopefully I'll be awake for it. I don't know though. My eyes already getting heavy.
Man, you gotta stay awake for this, man. You can really miss history.
Mike, I don't have to.
You really miss history.
I can wake up and watch YouTube and see the
Do what I do, Clayton. Get your nap in. Get your nap in early.
Yeah.
Get your nap in early.
Wake up. Yeah.
And so look, do you if you're gonna watch it somewhere else, would you get mad if somebody called you and say, "Oh man, Kansas City pulled that"? Would you be mad if somebody gave you the results?
No.
Yeah,
It doesn't mess it up for me because I still like to see how it played out.
right.
That's the most intriguing thing to me. So
yeah. Man. I'm great. Go to this store though, man. Get some. I might put
Get
on
some
8 pounds
snacks.
today, Jack.
You gonna say what?
I might put on 8 pounds a day, Jack, because it's all about snacks
it's like a holiday. It's like a holiday.
right. Yeah.
But you know, the Super Bowl don't have the same lore for me anymore.
You don't?
Really?
Nope. Not like it used to. When I was younger, when we was a kid, this was a big deal. I promise you, man. Now it seemed like it took forever for the game to start. It doesn't feel that way to me anymore.
I think that today, sometimes I feel like that, but today, because of what's on, what's on the line, it's history. You know what I mean? Like somebody gonna make history today. So
Mm-hmm.
Not me, man. Every single major sports championship I can't get enough, man. I'm addicted. Yeah.
That's for all the marbles.
I get excited for the Olympics. I'm a junkie.
I used to. I don't follow Olympics,
man.
like track and field.
Oh,
you know what
are
I mean?
You kidding,
basketball.
Man, that is the best. I love track and field.
Yeah, I do too. Especially you got a slow dude like me. You know what I mean? I'm watching them kids run up and down that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. So yeah. You know what I miss? I miss the ABC when they used to have the Celebrity Olympic thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Battle of the All-Stars?
Battle of the All-Stars. I miss shows like that. Yeah. I used to love that, man.
Yeah.
The Battle of the All-Stars. Yeah.
Man.
But man.
Yeah, I'm great. Get out here, man.
Yep.
Keep the text line open.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
No doubt.
All right, man.
All right, fellas. I appreciate y'all, man. And definitely the text line will be open.
All right.
And
I'll take it easy and enjoy the games, man. I'm out.
Right. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right, man. Appreciate y'all. Everybody, make sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment. We appreciate everybody who tuned in. And man, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening. And go ahead and check out that Super Bowl. With that being said, we'll see y'all next Saturday. Yeah, next Saturday at 2 p.m. No, I'm sorry, 1 p.m. Thanks, Mikey. Appreciate you. Appreciate you watching. And we'll see y'all next Saturday at 2 p.m. Peace.